I was reading about this guy who was doing a study on like using your dreams to solve problems and stuff like that. And he found a bunch of dreams while he was analyzing dreams. He found a bunch of dreams like hidden away at his university. And these dreams were dreams from prisoners of war in World War II. And these dreams were from British prisoners of war that were trapped in a Nazi camp or imprisoned in a Nazi camp, right, in World War II, that him and his students found like at their university. And they went through these dreams of these British prisoners of war and started analyzing them. Oh, actually, the reason that these dreams are there from these British prisoners of war as well is because one of the British prisoners who got captured by the Nazis was actually doing like some fucking university study. He was studying at university, and his study thing he was doing, his research project, was about dreams. And so this guy got captured by Nazis, but he just said fuck it and just like kept doing his research on dreams. And so this guy started recording the dreams of other British prisoners of war in the prison. I think there was 79 prisoners, or maybe 79 dreams, but anyway, so this guy was just continuing his studying in like a fucking Chad in this Nazi prison, and he was recording the dreams of prisoners every day. And this was very interesting because when these researchers found these dreams and started analyzing them, compared to like the common or normal population that's obviously not in a Nazi camp, they found that the British prisoners, had more dreams of food and dead people, which isn't too nice, and they had less dreams or less themes in their dreams of aggression and sexuality, whatever that means. I didn't really look into it. So they dreamt more of food and dreamt more of dead people and dreamt less of aggression. There were a few number of these British prisoners as well who dreamt of escaping the prison. Obviously, that's normal. You're in a prison, you're probably gonna fucking dream about escaping it, right? But most of these British guys who dreamt about escape, the dreams were like pretty negative. Like they were negative dreams, as in they dreamt about escape, but the escape seemed negative. Like they woke up not wanting to escape. But there were 3 prisoners who I can't pronounce the word. Anyways, there were 3 prisoners who kept dreaming about escaping the prison. And for these 3 prisoners, the dreams they had about escape were positive. So they woke up sweating, they woke up from the escape dream, but they woke up thinking that it was like positive and it made them want to escape. At least this is what the guy recording the dreams said, right? And this is very interesting that these 3 prisoners kept dreaming about escape, because there's actually a story of 6 prisoners from this Nazi prison who escaped the prison. And they're called the Laufen Six. I think I'm pronouncing that right, Laufen Six. I don't know if you know about them, but these were 6 British prisoners of war, I think British, who escaped the Nazi camp. Funnily enough, right? Listen to this shit, bro. Funnily enough, the day these 6 prisoners escaped, 3 of the dream entries or the dream diaries of these 3 prisoners who were dreaming of escape stopped and disappeared the day these 6 guys, the Laufen Six, escaped. Now, unfortunately, I was reading the British prisoners got fucking captured again and like sent to a worse prison or something like that. But isn't that interesting that the 3 people who were dreaming about escape disappeared from the dream journal archive or whatever the day these 6 people escaped? So half of them were recording their dreams and kept dreaming about escape. Now, obviously, you're probably thinking like, of course, if you're planning a prison escape a lot and it's on your mind all the time in the day, you're obviously going to dream about it probably. But this was interesting because we know that dreams can help you solve problems, and we know that dreams can help you find solutions to very difficult problems. So yes, they were probably having dreams about this escape because they kept thinking about it and they were planning it. But I fucking bet you that their brain was using their dreams to help them plan this prison escape and help make it more likely to succeed. And they did succeed. They got captured again, but they succeeded. But this study was interesting because this researcher who found all these dreams from World War II, he was doing some studies on solving problems in dreams, as I said. And he found that I mean, I don't know if he found this, is just known from other studies, that when you're dreaming, a part of your brain to do with visual imagery, so visualization and seeing images, is more activated when you're dreaming. And then another part to do with logic and reasoning and what's socially appropriate is decreased. So that's stuff like being fucking naked in the street isn't socially appropriate, and you know that. But when you're in a dream, part of your brain that knows that's not socially appropriate or whatever is like deactivated. So you're probably thinking, and the part of logic is deactivated as well, and like a bunch of other shit. But you're probably thinking maybe, or maybe you're not. But on first thought, you may be like, if the part of your brain to do with logic and reasoning is deactivated, why would you want to use your dreams to solve problems? You need logic and reasoning to solve problems, right? But a lot of the time, listen, a lot of the time when you have a problem, a really hard problem in your head, or you need a solution to something, the best way actually, or the reason you're getting stuck with a problem sometimes, is because you're depending too much on your logic. You're depending too much on your reasoning. You're depending too much on the mathematical formulas. You know what I mean? Like, so if you need a solution for something where you need to think outside the box, that's what it is. When you need to think outside the box and you just can't fucking work it out because your logic in your brain is holding you back, you could maybe use dreams to help with this. And this same guy who did this study, he did an experiment with 79 university students, and he asked them all to solve a problem and incubate a dream with their problem. And by incubate a dream, that's basically just choosing what to dream about. So he got 79 students and told them to incubate a dream about a problem they needed to solve. And then he recorded their dreams over a week. I need to get water. Hold up. So this guy got all these students to incubate a dream with their problem, and over half of them had a dream with the problem or the topic of the problem, and over half of those people who had a dream with the problem found a solution to the problem. Keep in mind, this was only over a week as well. This wasn't even like a long study. This was just over a week. So half of the people dreamt about the problem and half of those people dreamt of a solution. And this same researcher that did the study actually laid out the steps for incubating a dream and trying to solve a problem through a dream. He first said you need to write down the problem you have before you go to sleep. And as you're falling asleep, visualize the problem in your mind. Try and visualize it, focus on it, and tell yourself you want to dream about the problem. And as you're doing this, as you fall asleep, also imagine yourself waking up with the solution and then writing it down. Just imagine yourself finding the solution in a dream and waking up and writing it down. And then when you next wake up after doing this, you need to just stay in bed for a bit and think if there was any trace of the problem or solution in your dream. And so if you keep doing this and you keep focusing on the problem you're trying to solve before bed, right, you should eventually have a dream about it. And if it's a problem that you need to think outside the box for, even better if it's like a visual problem that you have or something like that, maybe like something to do with art or some crap like that. But it can be any problem. It can be any problem, but yeah, when you do that, you're eventually going to dream about it, and there's a good chance you'll get a solution, because this study this guy did only lasted a week. And it was just with like a random bunch of fucking students. It wasn't even people who care about their dreams that much or anything. So a week and half of them fucking dreamt about the problem. That's pretty good. So I just thought this was interesting. Let me know what you think of this. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd appreciate that. And leave me a comment, leave me a like, and join the Discord as well. Join the Discord in the description. Love you.